amazing. And what we're watching right now takes place in California for 3 months every winter. Specifically, it takes place at Naval Air Facility El Centro down in Imperial County. Because of the good weather and open spaces, this is where the Blue Angels have been coming for years to train and put their show together. El Centro has become their home away from home. Now, for the Blue Angels, being here in El Centro is an integral part of what they're all about, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, our time in El Centro is it's a given. It's part of the Blue Angel experience. It's part of a given show season year. El Centro is very much a home away from home for us. We call Pensacola our home base, but this is our winter home.
Okay, what's the schedule? You come here?
We actually start winter training in December back in Pensacola for the first few weeks of December. And we shut down for the holidays. And the very first week of January, every single year, we pack everybody up, I mean the whole team, and come out to El Centro for winter training for about 10 weeks.
Okay, here comes some of your staff walking in this building right here. And basically this is your command central right here. How many people come out here and call El Centro home for 3 months?
Virtually the whole team. We only leave a skeleton crew behind in Pensacola just to take care of the spaces and keep them up, keep them clean, and monitor things back there. So probably about 110 people come out here every year.
Really?
Yeah, almost the whole team.
Now, is El Centro a user-friendly place for the crew to come? Is it a place that you're comfortable being in from year to year? You know the lay of the land, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we could speak volumes about how great El Centro is for the purposes that we need it for. I mean, not only is the weather great for flying, which is the prime reason we're here, but the people are so warm and friendly, and they really open up to us and treat us really well. Yeah.
Now we've come inside for just a minute to your home away from home. Explain to us what all of this is. On the walls.
We have a collection of some of the lithographs from past years. It's actually not a complete collection. We have that back home in Pensacola, but this goes back as far as 1976 and has a few broken years in there, but picks up consecutively at 82 all the way through. And the lithograph is kind of a traditional Blue Angel thing. It's a 16 by 20 poster that is signed by all the pilots, 1 through 8. And we personalize them and give them to dignitaries, to family members, to organizations to hang on walls.
And this year, you've got Mount Shasta.
Yeah, this year we flew over Mount Shasta last year, took this shot, and this is our 96. And of course we dazzled this up a little bit with some gold foil striping and a nice 50th anniversary logo, but that's the litho for this year, yeah.
Now, I know there are a lot of areas off limits because this is kind of a serious area in here, but explain to us what's back in here.
Well, back here is where the briefing room is, where the pilots will brief for the flight today and tomorrow. And of course, we try to keep that sanctioned off a little bit so they can have some private time to gather their thoughts and collect themselves before briefing. The admin office is down here. And the pilot's office also is kind of a sanctuary for them. That's where they will do their paperwork. And
lots of sanctuaries in here.
The admin office is here.
So can we just peek in here and just see? Here's some of the guys in here kind of getting ready.
This is really the nerve center of our admin building out here. I mean, the administrative office pretty much runs everything out here. So everything from evaluations and fitness reports to the TAD checks and orders that we have cut, everything is done right in there.
Now, do all of these plaques for the Blue Angels stay here all year long, or do you pack them up and take them back to?
No, these are some vintage plaques and presentations the team has been given for many years. I mean, some of these go back to the 70s. And we leave them out here. They're kind of a part of the tradition of being in this particular building, and we like to leave them here.
Well, a lot of them deal with California. Here's one from Imperial County.
The cover of the March 1981 phone book for Imperial County was the Blue Angels over the field. This is NAFL Centro in the picture, and that's the Blue Angels when they were flying the A4 Skyhawks.
So you've made the cover of the Imperial County phone book.
Yeah, yeah, about 15 years ago, you bet.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Huell Howser.
Zeke Cormier, Huell.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nello Perozzi.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Huell, Ed McKellar, how are you?
Nice to meet you, sir. Well, here you are. You're back home again, right?
A little bit of deja vu, I guess you'd call it.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship to this base.
Well, the three of us were in a team that came to El Centro for the first time in 1954. We were practicing down at Corpus Christi, and the weather was really bad. And so I went to my boss and said, we got to get some place to practice if we're going to start our show season in February. And we need where we can get some flying done. So he said, how about going to El Centro? I said, great idea, boss.
Did you know where El Centro was?
I hadn't a clue.
All right, so you got to El Centro, and what did you find when you came here?
Well, it hasn't changed. It looks the same. You know, you could shoot a cannon out of here. You wouldn't hit anybody in those days as well. So we flew a couple hops a day, did our thing, got it. So we're ready to go, and the show season started in February of 1954.
So you started in 1954 the tradition of the Blue Angels doing their winter training in El Centro.
That's correct. That's correct.
Now, what did the pilots think about it when they were told that they were coming to El Centro to do their winter training?
Well, I was rather new with the team, and I didn't know what to think about it, except that I knew that in other squadrons in the fleet, where they used to send us here because the weather was always beautiful. And that just confirmed what I thought. You could fly every single day and not worry about a thing. So if you wanted to get things done with good weather, come to El Centro. It was true. It's still true to this day.
Huell, am I really going to get a speaking part?
Yes. So this is the way it always was.
Yeah.
Zeke did all the talking, and the rest.
That's right. We flew for Zeke for a good 3 years, and I never had a speaking part. So I'm really flattered to be on this show finally and get a speaking part. And I thank you for sticking this microphone in my
It's
face.
only because he couldn't put 3 words together.
I got you. I got you. Oh, so he was the head guy.
He was the only one that was allowed to speak for the team, and
Right.
and the rest of us stood back and provided the background color.
Fellas, come on over here a minute. Let's just stand over here because they're getting ready to. Now, is this an exciting time?
Up. Yes, right. Getting ready to man the airplanes and go out for a practice.
So what's going through their mind right now?
Well, they've just finished their briefing. They go through every maneuver that they're going to practice in the ready room. Talk about speed control, about power control, about where each one of the people in the formation is going to be. And now they're going to put it to use. This is a practice session that they're going to put the entire show together and find where the strong points are and where they need to practice more.
Should we be wearing ear?
Yes. They're setting up for their first pass over the field, which would probably be a 4-plane diamond, just to show the diamond to the crowd.
Yep, the Blue Angel Diamond. That's what he says. Look at this. This is great. So this is really what the people see when they go to see the Blue Angel.
This is a practice. This is like a dress rehearsal for the show.
Oh boy, look at
And
that.
this diamond formation gives everyone a chance to see just how close they're flying together. And that's the fabulous and the trademark of the Blues in the diamond formation.
Now, did you all do that?
No, absolutely.
So you flew exactly. In other words, a lot of the show is the same.
It is a lot of the how many formations can you do? And so over the years, why they developed these, like the diamond flyby, the next one will be a diamond roll, and the next one will be a vertical maneuver of some kind. So the routine is very much like what we had, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
40 years ago. Oh, here's a maneuver called the fleur-de-lis.
Fleur-de-lis.
See, now they're supposed to be joining up before they get to the bottom.
Do you ever want to get back up there and do some of this stuff again?
Oh, no. I had my time in the cockpit, and I went on from here, from the Blues to a squadron in the fleet, and stayed in the fleet for the next 5 years. So I had my time in the cockpit and enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to do it again if they'd give me back my 25-year-old body.
And we have to hear from you on this one.
I could do it because I still have my 25-year-old body.
Well, since I've still got my 25-year-old body, it was time to accept the Blue Angels' invitation to go up in an FA-18 Hornet to see firsthand just how exciting it is to be a part of all this. First off, I met Blue Angel pilot Lieutenant Scott Baer, who briefed me on what to expect. And then, before I knew it, it was time to blast off.
Y'all ready? I'm ready. Thanks, Bubba. We'll see you in a bit. Okay, here we go. There's full burner. Oh, my God. Okay, there's about 100 miles an hour already, 500 feet down the runway. 100 knots. We're looking for 140 knots. There we go right there. We'll pull back on the stick, break the ground, and here comes the landing gear. Get the landing gear and flaps coming up. Now we're going to level off a little bit, and we're going to start accelerating. 250 knots, 300 miles an hour. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, pull.
Oh!
There we go.
Oh, my God.
Take a little check turn to the right here.
Yeah.
You can look back over your shoulder, and you can see how high we're going away from the
Yeah.
Woo! Whoa! It doesn't take long, does it?
This is amazing.
Doesn't take long at all. Now we'll go ahead and we'll roll over and start to level out here just a little bit.
Oh.
And we'll take it on up to the north and try to get in the target area here. And in this turn, you're going to feel just a couple G's, okay? I'll go ahead and I'll increase to 2.5 G. If you put your hand on your thigh and tried to raise it up, there's 2.5 G.
Oh, man.
Your hand right there weighs 2.5 times what it weighs on the
Whoa.
ground. Okay, and we're got the, we can pull up to 7.5 G's today. And like I said,
No, we can't.
now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a loop. You know when the guys take off, all 4 airplanes do that big loop in the sky?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and start it right here, 2,500 feet. I'm just going to go to full power, and I'm just going to start pulling back on the stick.
Oh,
now you're going to feel just a little bit of G in the pull right now, only about 2.5. The most you're going to feel is probably about 3, and you'll probably feel that on the backside. So right now, that's 2.5 G's right now. If you look out off the wingtips, there goes 90 degrees nose up, pure vertical.
Whoa.
That's 9,000 feet, 10,000 feet. And coming over the backside, we'll pull a little bit of power just to help keep control of the airplane so we don't get too fast. There we are upside down. And coming back now to 90 degrees nose low. And we'll increase our pull a little bit. You're going to feel a little bit of G. There's 2.5 G. Passing through 5,000 feet. And right back to straight and level, about 2,500 feet, right where we started, and that's what we want to see. There we go, right there, perfect. Okay, y'all ready to roll?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Pull our nose up a little bit.
Oh.
Roll, pause. Nice roll back to inverted pull.
Oh.
Another roll, pause, and then back. Now, when the guys are doing that during the show, they're doing it a lot more, they're doing what we call full stick deflection. Everything they're doing is boom, boom, boom. So everything is real sharp and crisp. You ready to try a loop? This will show you how I pull back on the stick. Look, all you're going to do is look out right now. Now, all I want you to do is I'll work the power. I just want you to start pulling the stick straight back.
All right, you may have to help me on this.
I'm kind of following. Just keep pulling the stick. Pull back a little harder.
I don't think I can do this.
You're doing perfect. Pull back just a little bit harder. You see how nice and smooth that is? Keep it coming. There you come up. You're coming up to 90 degrees nose high right now. Past 9,000 feet, 260 knots. Looking good. Now, as your airspeed gets slower, you have to pull just a little bit harder. Now, as we're coming out the backside, notice my hands are, you're flying this whole thing. You're doing good. I'll pull the power back for you. Keep the pull coming. Now, as your airspeed starts to increase, start getting a little more pull in the airplane. And you're going to start feeling a little bit of G, and that's what you want to feel.
Oh, God.
There's 3 G's. Doing good. Keep pulling. Perfect.
Whoa.
One thing we did, we just dropped that right wing a little bit. You should have been a pilot.
Yeah, sure. You know, it's hard to describe exactly what it was like. Having all those G's pressing up against your body, making loops, flying upside down. All I can tell you was that for me, it was an experience of a lifetime. You know, I'd never even thought about it, but these guys are flying these planes, doing all these complicated maneuvers at amazing speeds. All I can tell you is that they have tremendous physical and mental skills and have my full respect and admiration.
You're here to do some serious work.
That's right. You're here to train and learn some new things, and we do that by doing the same thing every day, 2 or 3 times a day. It's the same wake-up. You come in and you perform the same flight, either 2 or 3 times a day. You go home about the same time. Everybody goes to the gym at the same time, and then you've just got barely enough time to maybe get some laundry done and get some food. And so that builds in a routine, and with that routine comes our safety record.
When you're flying up there, do you have time to look out and see the territory around you? Or, I mean, would it make any difference whether you were training in Texas and Florida or in California? Do you know that you're in California?
Oh, definitely. With the blue sky, as we talked about before, this being the best place for us to be in the country. You look at a weather map and see how all the other weather is just sliding right by El Centro. In the diamond, with the 4 airplanes flying, there's not a whole lot of opportunity to look around and look at the countryside. But we can tell we're in the desert, and that, you know, we're very glad to be out here flying in the desert, because there's not a whole lot of distractions out there. We're all by ourselves, and we can concentrate on the flying and make sure that our maneuvers are very precise, and we're getting the training done.
I tell you, from a team perspective, we could not ask for a better location to do the training we do here. And one of the reasons why we consider El Centro our winter home is because 2 reasons. The weather is fantastic for what we're out here to do, and the other reason, the way the people treat us. I mean, it's truly a winter home instead of a winter training base.
Really?
Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
when you say the way the people treat you, what do you mean?
Well, it's very relaxing. There's always someone out to take you out, take care of you, and make you feel at home, so that as you're out here learning the maneuvers and training, you do not forget what it means to be home, because you're separated from your family about 300 days out of the year.
Yeah.
So we spend about 2.5 months here in El Centro, so it is like a home.
This is kind of exciting. What's happening here?
This is fun. Right now, the kids get to go meet all the pilots after they just flew their mission.
Now, these kids are from Make-A-Wish Foundation, and this is an annual trek you all make out here to El Centro.
Yeah, this is Tony and I's 4th year out here, and this is our favorite show because there's not that many Wish families that come out here, and they get to mingle with all the pilots, and they get to meet them all, and they get to sign their little autograph books and everything. So this is a real fun show for us.
So it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's great because they get to meet the pilots up close and personal. They get to see a show where there's no crowds or anything like that, and this is their favorite part, is just going up there and meeting the pilots and getting some autographs.
Wow, this is great.
The kids look forward to this every single year. It really makes a big difference that people care. They've been through so much, their chemotherapies, their treatments, and they've been really low, and this picks them up. Every year it picks them up.
What do you think it is about it? Is it the planes? Is it the pilots? Is it the combination?
Oh, the atmosphere, yes. The atmosphere, it's like a magical bird for them. The power of it, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful day.
So this is something they're going to remember for a long time?
Yes, not only them, but the parents will also. Yes, Oh, yes, these are memories that we get to keep. We don't know how long we're going to have our kids, and we appreciate everything.
This is the funnest part, because after you finish a flight and you've been really working really hard in the airplane, then you get to jump out of your airplane and come and meet the crowd. And the Make-A-Wish Foundation, we do a lot with them.
Yeah, you do those all over the country, don't you?
All over the country. And I'll tell you, a lot of times it'll bring a tear to your eye every Friday that we do it, and it really gives you a reality check and lets you appreciate how lucky you have it.
Every year, the citizens of El Centro throw a big goodbye party for the Blue Angels right before they leave to start their air shows around the country. And it's obvious there's a real connection.
Now you have someone here you'd like to introduce us to.
Yes, this is Terry Armstrong. She's like a little sister to me. Her family has been like a second family to me. And almost every Sunday night I go over there and they let me do my laundry there and feed me real well. And I've become very close to them.
And the same with you?
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is John Kirby, and he's like a little sister to me. No, the Armstrongs they've just been great, and it's nice to have a home away from home here.
So how did this get started?
Actually, I don't remember how I met Cubby. About 4 years ago when he first started on the team, and we just kind of hit it off. And like you said, he's been a big brother to me. But don't let him tell you that he does his laundry. We do his laundry.
Steve and Ellen Parrish from here in El Centro, and it's no coincidence that you're standing here with Tom, because you know this guy. He's been in your home, and it's part of this continuing association between the citizens of El Centro and the Blue Angels.
Well, that's correct. Yeah, they're here for 3 months out of the year, and we try to make them feel more at home while they're here. They really are here more than they are at home in Pensacola. So difficult time for them. We try to make it a little easier.
Now, how do you meet them? How do you get to know them? How do you choose which ones you're going to adopt?
We'll adopt any of them that will take us, but we meet them through our association with the local Navy League.
And what happens here?
We tell them our door's always open. They're welcome to come for dinner. We have a washing machine they can use, and we have 3 children they can play with.
And what do you take advantage of? Playing with the children, using the washing machine, or having the home-cooked meals?
Actually, all of those, but most importantly, Steve takes us out, we go golfing, and he gives us money. On the course.
Yeah, this is very much a home away from home. The folks that live here really recognize the fact that for the 2 years that somebody's assigned to the Blue Angels, that they're gypsies. The longest time they spend in one place is here at El Centro for almost 3 months. The rest of the time they're on the road, and then they only get about 6 weeks back in Pensacola, which is their home base. So they really recognize the fact that living out of a suitcase for 2 years gets kind of tough. So along those lines, they go ahead and they make the opportunity available for them just to come home and just sit someplace quiet, watch TV, sit there, eat some ice cream, or just take a nap or whatever, and really do their best to support them.
Do you think this was planned, or is it something that just kind of grew over the years?
I think it's something that's grown over the years. I think it started out, hey, we need to support these folks, and over time they've just kind of evolved into a very supportive, very trustworthy relationship that they've had with the Blues. Yeah. That just folks just genuinely really enjoy being around them.
You know, we all enjoy and marvel when we see the Blue Angels in action. They represent the very best our country has to offer. But the citizens of El Centro have an even stronger and more personal connection with the Blue Angels. Young pilots who for 3 months every winter are fine examples of California's gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing your United States Navy and Marine Corps, the Blue Angels, 1996.
Here I come, right back where I started from, where bowers of flowers bloom in the sun. Each morning at dawning, a little birdie sings and everything